are progressing, and they're progressing down canal on this pistol round very much, and that's a lovely tap from Dupree. Catches the timing on the shot on woxic, and XANTARES down to Magisk 2. And with Calyx falling, this Eternal Fire pistol has been pretty much stopped before it's even started.
No, it is very true, sir. Nice little bit of distraction from Maja, trying to, just pull in a few kills. Oh, he's not expecting the second man in behind. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's unfortunate. He should have had 2 there. Wicadia, he's going to get the 2, though. So maybe we're on for a bit of something. The bomb needs recovering, and they know that, but the pistol round, man, can spin so fast. Can go bang, bang, and he drops 2, right? Really scary prospect. Flash goes in. Can't find the heads. You feel like at this point he's had enough opportunities that eventually 3v1 they're going to find the heads, or not even just spam him down as you see here. So not looking good. Another angle to contend with now. A very drawn out fight at the canals just because it is so long and really hard to peek into multiple here. Always winnable, he feels. Ooh, one more of those and maybe we're on. He's so low, but he's brought it into the 1v1. And Pius has to give the position up. Not a lot of damage required. But it's only a headshot that Wicadia needs. Oh, he crosses under. Is he going to drop here? He's going to take the risk, but Wicadia makes it past. He's not got a lot of time to get this bomb down. The chase is on from Pius, but he does give it up for a second. The nice safe plant. Wicadia gets his USP out, but not quite in time.
Dropping down, trying to stop Wicadia from getting that plant. In the end, the fact that Wicadia does get 4 kills and that plant means that I have an AK, 2 of them make that, and a Galil in the following round. And even though Madden does so much damage, they're just completely overrun the site.
Nasty, nasty. Snappy on the edge of the smoke here. Does manage to drop one, but he's traded quick. And they needed him to stay alive, particularly with these low HP bars, right? He could have mowed through a couple more. It's unfortunately a universe that we're not going to get to see at all. Magic's and Pius just saving here. Madja. Ooh, a little dangerous. I think he saw that player on the minimap as the smoke was starting to dissipate. So somewhat panicked smoke. Really, really important round here. Spot coming in. Dupree at range on the MP9. Fair play. The smoke, nade doesn't quite make it. Round the corner. Thought he'd try and go for it. Didn't want to give himself away in the same vein. Man advantage really important here for the Falcons. There's still a minute remaining. Snappy, though, has got himself in behind, but then there's one behind him, sort of. It's all a sense of timing. They're watching for him. God, this is a mess. Calyx gets the kill. Brings it back to evens. Down goes Dupree. Down goes Madden. And all of a sudden, a round has opened up. Eternal Fire's patience pays off. Magic's nothing he can do.
Wicadia is just so good, man. He's just so good. His first bullet accuracy is sometimes just completely unmatched. Magic's actually... There's a world in which he goes for this. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, because it's the Force by Walls, of course. He's got a kit. And woxic is a long, long way away. Wicadia, I mean, he's ready in case things go down. Let's just see. Magisk wandering up. Wicadia will give it a look one more time. Is Magisk waiting for sound? He absolutely is. He's going to get the kill. Can he just get the defuse right now? He could have. But he's going to go straight in for the kills, I think. Okay.
So, it's not doom and gloom. And both of these teams in form and are indeed warm. But that's because they're playing at a LAN at the moment. So, it's a big old ask, isn't it? You know, to keep it up for game on game on game on game. And it felt like Eternal Fire were the fatigued ones. And then out of nowhere, they get the second win. Yeah, no, it's so wild how it goes in these types of games when you are fatigued, but then all of a sudden, you remember you're a professional Counter-Strike player. You remember your XANTARES. Clean, fine. Forced trade back there from Madden, but he will be forced off for now. I like the idea. Snappy, unfortunately, does get mollied out. Felt like Madden, you know, is conceding to bait them in and allow Snappy to do something that they are playing for all different avenues of the setup. Really well played from Eternal Fire to just cover all their bases.
Before he had to help his teammate. Thankfully, Wicadia got the kill in the meantime. woxic will actually just take a straight heads-up duel in the second time in a row. And once again, best some Pius. woxic Kind of owning him right now.
Maybe just a little, my guy. Magisk. Creeping. Looking. Gagging for this first kill. Falcons are in Struggle City right now. XANTARES gets another. Oi, Magisk got the angle against the rifle. The AWP's a bit quicker to move off rather than dedicating to the fight. So it is a tag, but tag ain't gonna cut it, man. You need these kills if you want to keep this dream alive. Magisk desperately trying. Strong sight anchor, and he will indeed find one, but again, not going to be enough. There is a Madden in the mixture. Confident move there from Wicadia, but it is the problem towards mid is that Dupree is locked down. He just cannot move anywhere, so this one's over.
Yeah, Madden has a path to exit as well, so he'll try that. That is what he'll do. Dupree has got plenty of utility, and Madden, of course, has a full belt as well, but Eternal Fire are going to go straight ahead of that, and that is just the Eternal Fire way, isn't it? Brute forcing their way into sight before Falcons seem like they're even ready. And that's most likely 8 already.
Looking good here. Snappy gets smoked off. Not much that he can give. I think you got to save this one, fellas. Just very lucky to be alive there. It felt like those bullets were going to cover his exit. Wicadia is found low on ammo here, I believe. Double nade, Molotov. Scares them off ultimately, so looking really quite good from Eternal Fire again. They could all change in an instant. Madden with the aggressive angle. He dishes out the damage. They're doing such a good job on the Eternal Fire side of like gathering info but not giving kills away, you know, like it's never too far around the corner. They might take a few shots, but they're not going down. Really smart play in that.
Sometimes answer back. XANTARES down. And it's obviously, I think it has to be said, don't get me wrong, XANTARES had a very good recovery in the second half of Vertigo. But for about a half, maybe a half on each map thus far, he's been pretty absent. And Eternal Fire is still performing really well to a really good standard. So it's, you know, Turkish Counter-Strike is plainly just not all XANTARES and woxic anymore. Like, it's hugely promising. Wicadia coming through. I'll get back to that point in a second because Calyx is getting his way. Oh, Dupree's not peeking. He's not taking the initiative. 8 seconds. He's trying to buy time for rotations, but none of it's working. Wicadia finds another as Magisk tries to force his way forward. Some Pius' rotation is deleted. It's great to see these guys thriving, to be honest. I'm you know, obviously after following some of these guys' career, especially Wicadia and Xbox at the beginning, you almost feel proud of them, and Eternal Fire are going to feel proud of everything on this ANUBIS thus far. Nothing. Wait. Oh, Madden thought XANTARES saw him. 3 kills back in response immediately, though. Thankfully, Trigger Discipline works out, and we're back into a 2v2 out of nowhere.
Okay, could be a bit of something here for the Falcons. Some Pius is low on B. Give us one, man. Oh, the smoke down. It's not quite perfect. However, he's not fast enough to react. Trying his damnedest here to just keep it going. Madden, though, will use him as a distraction. USB is out. The kill comes in. They couldn't finish him.
Behind the site, plays a Trigger Discipline. Almost getting caught out by the fact that he thought XANTARES had seen him. Even though that came through. Some Pius got his kill on the other side of the map. And Madden did a very good job. And talking of good jobs, well, Snappy, that is amazing to get 2 with the MP9 from that position. Instant headshots on both those 2 kills to make them a little bit more comfortable. And then Dupree completely destroys Wicadia. So it's a small rebuttal from Falcons at the end of this first half. It's something to work with, but as we discussed a little bit early on, my friend, I think 3 might not be enough. Calyx is in a 1v5 and about to be flanked by Snappy, I would imagine. Calm burst for Snappy. There it is.
Ever. So we'll see. Fully fledged execute from Falcons, though. This is one of the good ways of bringing it in your favor. There's 4 on this B bomb site, though.
As we saw what he did with the dualies on the CT pistol on the previous map, he set up. Wicadia's here as well. And I gotta say, the duo of XANTARES and Wicadia, when they get those dualies in play, it just feels absolutely impenetrable sometimes on these pistol rounds. It's feels like a lost cause for Madden, and it most likely is, I would say. We'll remind you guys, it's not all doom and gloom for Falcons. No, one, they've still had good form recently. But yeah, at least they got the plant, as you mentioned. In the end, Eternal Fire just used the movement of the MP9s to their ability, best of their ability. Works out nicely. And this setup for Eternal Fire on A. Oh, Wicadia is pushing forward. That will not be in a good timing. It's behind the enemy. And Magis will get the entry. Calyx only goes 1-for-1, and they know that woxic is behind the site, but they still can't remove him. He finds two. XANTARES on the opposite side of the map took Madden. Now Snappy is left wondering where all his teammates have gone. It's a lovely tap on woxic, but XANTARES was directly above him.
Right, there's a certain swear word we could use, I'm sure, that describes the situation pretty well. You all know what I'm thinking. And it is the case for Falcons. First kill comes round from some Pious. A wide berth execute here. Could work for them, but only the Mac 10s. Once these smokes go down, all will be revealed, and you've got a pretty short rifle to work with. A barrel not going to help you out. But if they run into you, that definitely helps. 4v2 before the bomb even gets planted.
Yeah, full Mac 10 buy is going to work here for Falcons.
Wicadia opens out towards A. An aggressive posture from him will find success. An all over the place kind of start to the round, but it looks good for Eternal Fire. They tried some mid-aggression. They lay down some early nadage to remove the opportunity from Falcons, so it is now a full-on recovery to keep this one alive.
4v5. Still in position here now, but look how many players are here for Eternal Fire. And that nade might be a slam dunk. There we go. Dupree down. XANTARES back to a positive KD once again. Snappy working his way forward, but they're going to need to find a kill from somewhere. Calyx will go down in the end to Madden. And that actually is going to force... Oh my god. If there's anything that sums up the game for Falcons, it might be that. That is a freebie for Snappy that he's let slip. Wicadia's had a wonderful game. And he's just caught Snappy with his pants down. 12-5, 30 seconds. Madden and some Pious, 2 versus 3. The setup for Eternal Fire is good toward B as well. Madden will finally make the decision. XANTARES holding the angle, holding both angles actually, while... Actually, is that a disconnection I'm seeing there? Because there are two XANTARES. Yes, it is a disconnection. There are two XANTARES on the little icons on the left there, and it's one of those bugs. Apologies, there was a very loud noise outside my house. I had to mute for a bit.
No worries, mate. No worries. We would have been none the wiser. You muted perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of sirens can around in London, of course. It happens. It happens. No comment. Magis down to 39. It's coming through. Almost would have finished him off, but didn't bounce off the wall correctly.
Slow roll here. Both teams so tentative. You know, this whole situation, this whole game's been put in a weird place because of this disconnection in what felt like the end. Flash comes in. It's perfect. They're a little bit on top of each other, though. Not the most coordinated roll, and the one man on the anti-flash gets them both. Calyx caught out in the open. Eternal Fire felt the need to make a play. Did they? Did they? You know, it's the tough part where they didn't realize, I think, so many players on the other end of Dark is the thing. If they'd sat there, I think their setup would have looked a hell of a lot better, actually.
Going to take as much care in these rounds for Falcons as you would against any sort of normal eco or normal gun round. The woxic AWP still in play. They'll know that from the exit kills woxic got in the previous round. And woxic's going to try and force his way forward. The back so oh, my guy is screwed. See you next round, son. Perfect utility usage from Falcons. Remove that possibility. It would be frustrating for woxic. And he finally got himself into a position to maybe do something with it. But hang on. Wicadia is still here. It's only one. Calyx is still here. It's one with the help of XANTARES. MP9 in play. Okay. Falcons managed to deal with it. It's Maja 1v2 with a 5-7. Unfortunately for him, I think he's a little bit too far away to make a big factor in this one.
Yeah, possible. He could get some good timing. They're taking their time. So he really could get some good timing, but I think they're very savvy. Oh, and he just gets in, doesn't he, as they bail. Orb retrieved. Kit is there. What a shot! He's not picked up the kit. That will change things slightly. He knows he's now in the thick of it. He's just got to work his way. He needs that kit, though, man. Yeah, he needs it just to make this happen. So we'll see. He's going to get the kit and then reapproach. Still not a lot of time. Some Pious is so far back that he could just hold. You know, a round like this, you think, he's probably not going to have a kit, actually. Gets off thanks to the flash. That might just be enough. Some Pious has played it well here. Does lose the fight.
Right.
Is there enough on the defuse? There might just be enough.
He's got it.
There is, Trav. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Some Pious, he'd done enough. A panic, of course.